Donald Trump frequently tells on himself in very disturbing ways during the traveling fascist circus things that he calls speeches. The new prop that he's added to his speech is a tic tac, and he holds up a regular size tic tac, and then he holds up a tic tac mini. And what Donald Trump lies about is says, look, this shows inflation because the Tic Tac Mini is smaller than the regular Tic Tac, so that must show there's inflation. And by the way, the corporate media just eats this stuff up. It's like, what are you even talking about? Don't you want to maybe just do some basic research and see that the Tic Tac Mini's not the standard size Tic Tac? It's like a mini travel size that's actually helped their sales. That Tic Tac is owned by a family from Italy. Its sales have reached kind of record highs, and that the standard Tic Tac size is basically still the same. But look, ABC goes, former President Donald Trump holds a big and small box of Tic Tacs to illustrate inflation during a town hall event in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know, do you maybe want to focus instead on that? How Donald Trump at the event led a chant in a church of curse words over and over again, or how there were over a dozen people who passed out because of the heat that Donald Trump made them stand in outside of that event at a church where people were cursing, and Donald Trump refused to even acknowledge it. No, corporate media is just going to hold up a regular sized Tic Tac and a Tic Tac mini and say, look, Donald Trump is showing inflation. Meanwhile, inflation in the United States has gone down more than any other G7 nation. But when I say Donald Trump is telling on himself, where have we heard Donald Trump talk about Tic Tacs before? Play this clip.
I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just like, I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the do anything.
Right? It's on the Access Hollywood tape where Donald Trump talks about, I need to pop a Tic Tac. That's why he's carrying around Tic Tacs. Donald Trump, a convicted felon who was also found liable for sexual assault, is standing on stage talking about Tic Tacs, and ABC and other corporate media just eats it up, no pun intended, and they just spread his propaganda. Remember this post from Tic Tac? Tic Tac, this is from October 8th, 2016. Tic Tac posted, Tic Tac respects all women. We find the recent statements and behavior completely inappropriate and unacceptable regarding Donald Trump's statement about how he pops in a Tic Tac before sexually assaulting women. Disgusting can you get? How vile can you get? Just so you see, here's the portion of the speech in Phoenix where Donald Trump talks about Tic Tacs. Play this clip.
Tic Tacs. This is what inflation does. This is what inflation does. This is what inflation. Okay? Look.
And here's a portion of the speech that Donald Trump gave recently in St. Paul, where Donald Trump talks about the Tic Tacs. Play this clip.
It's out there because this is, okay, so I just got this today. Somebody handed it to me. It's a weird, not as a joke. I said, anybody have any Tic Tacs? And the guy said, yeah, I have one. Look at the size of that sucker. Could you?
Let me show you the portion of Donald Trump's deposition one more time where he is confronted with his own words that he pops Tic Tacs before sexually assaulting women. Play the clip.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's, if you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
And
just so you see another portion of that depo where Donald Trump, that deposition, where Donald Trump is then asked about whether or not he sexually assaulted a woman on a plane who has accused him of doing so. Donald Trump turns to Roberta Kaplan, the prominent lawyer, well-respected female attorney, asking him the questions, and says to her that she's not pretty enough for him to do that to her. Here, play this clip.
Just got in former President Trump's video deposition from last October in E. Jean Carroll's civil case against him. The jury saw this video yesterday, right before both sides rested their case. Let's listen to just some of what the jury listened to.
When you said in that video that Ms. Leeds would not be your first choice, you were referring to her physical looks, correct?
Just the overall. I look at her, I see her, I hear what she says, whatever. You wouldn't be a choice of mine either, to be honest with you. I hope you're not insulted. I would not, under any circumstances, have any interest in you. I'm honest when I say it. I would not have any interest in.
This comes as the judge in this case is now giving the former president until 5 p.m. Sunday to decide whether to take the stand after he told reporters yesterday that he's, quote, going back to New York because of the case.
Just some basic research shows you that in 2016, Donald Trump's statements about Tic Tacs was very harmful to the brand. That's why they had to post that. Here's a business article from Washington Post. It talks about how Tic Tac is owned by the Ferrero, the Italy-based chocolate giant that also owns Nutella. Mars, the company, and is known for intense secrecy. Like Mars, Ferrero is dominated by one family. But no, of course, the corporate media is going to show that. And Donald Trump knows. He knows how to play them like that. And it's like, focus on the real things. You want to talk about what went down at that Phoenix speech? How about Donald Trump leading the church in a rant of curses? So just think about it. Donald Trump's at a church. People are passing out of heat exhaustion outside because Donald Trump had to go to a billionaire fundraiser that night in San Francisco, of all places. So he held it at the hottest point. Over a dozen people pass out. Donald Trump doesn't address that. He's in a church giving the speech, leading a cheer of the word BS over and over again. Here, watch this. Play the clip.
So they come up with this order. I won't say it because I don't like using the word bullshit in front of these beautiful children. So I won't say it. I will not say it. But this thing allows millions of people.
But no, the media doesn't cover that portion right there. And look, if you want to have real conversations, media, you should mention that inflation in the United States, well, it's still a problem. There's no doubt about it. But I think you have to acknowledge that it's better in the United States than any G7 nation. If you want to have a discussion about the economy, why don't we talk about the fact that there were over 270,000 jobs that were created that exceeded even the highest estimates that were 188,000. If we want to talk about the economy, why don't we talk about the fact that there's still some of the lowest unemployment rate in the history of the United States? I mean, if we want to talk about the economy, we can. Every time the media, the same way the media does the Tic Tac story that you just saw with ABC, every time the media, when Trump was in office and the stock market was like half of what it is right now, half, the media would always run with Donald Trump's hype. Look, we're at record highs. The stock market was never more powerful than it is right now. And then Donald Trump said that the stock market was going to crash if President Biden gets into office. And the stock market has hit record highs. So the media needs to stop with the Trump Tic Tac stuff. And if you do, focus on the origins of Trump's connections with Tic Tacs, not using it to create some false example that doesn't exist. There's a Tic Tac mini, there's a Tic Tac regular size. That doesn't mean, and it doesn't equate to inflation at all. So stop parroting the crap. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.